What's up? Inflatable guy on 5 here. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And you remember my post? I leaked an inflatable that was coming in the mail, and so I was gonna kick it back one more time to classics and try one more time to see if I could get something not worn. And ladies and gentlemen, the king has done it again. What you're seeing in front of you is another rare inflatable. I haven't gotten something extremely rare in a while, and I figured I would do it again to just celebrate the new year and stuff like that. So I figured I would. As you know, I pull things out of my ass every now and then, and this is one of those things. I behold to you, and this is what you're seeing: the 2011 carriage Stagecoach. Stagecoach, that's what it's called, not carriage. Whoops. 2011 Stagecoach. From my knowledge, this was only sold, according to the Wikipedia page, on spirithalloween.com. So I'm surprised I have the box. It was sold for $300. This was on eBay. I did message the person who worked out a deal. I paid about $350. I'd say 13 years apart. And with it going up in probably a shit ton of value, I'd say it's probably worth around, in perfect condition, almost like $500, maybe $450. I'd say that was a hell of a deal for this thing. I can't imagine what someone would pay for it. But if you know me, I like country music and country things. I'm a country person, and I live out in the country in Florida. So when my buddy showed me this 2 years ago, I said, oh my god, I have to track that down. And he let me know it was one of the rarest carriages, and it is a Stagecoach, but it counts as a carriage at the same time, ever made. And I'd say so. I don't know anyone else that has it. I've never seen a video on it. And the days before it came here today, I was just looking back at the listing picture, just because I've been looking for this for so long. It has the box, and one of my friends, Reese, or Deflated on YouTube, if you know who he is, you know who he is. He informed me that he thinks he remembers seeing this at BJ's, so that would explain why this has a box. And this box is big as hell. Like, I really thought it was smaller than this. I don't know why, but the listing made it look smaller. But this is a big-ass box. It is missing the left flap. It's not in the greatest shape, but it still holds the inflatable. I can probably bend it back into shape. But I see there is some bruising, but to confirm the year, go on the back, 2011 Gemmy Industries Corp. And that's enough talking about the box, because the box is really cool and all, but you know what's cooler than the box? The meat of this video, the Stagecoach itself. Well, I guess I should get up now. Sorry for the build-up, but that's why this thing is so rare to me and so special. That was the story behind it, and here is it now in perfect shape. Everything is working. If you remember from the eBay listing, his head was on backwards. They zip-tied it on in the factory backwards. I guess Gemmy, one of the, you know what, that joke's a little bit dark for YouTube. Never mind. I guess people making it, I guess I sewed it on backwards. I do have to fix, again, at least I think I have to fix. Yeah, the front one's wrong also. On this, his, the horse here, his thing came off. It's like right around his neck right over here, which it was already off his body when it came to me, which I'm not surprised. It's the same thing with my other carriage that I have. It gets tangled and messed up in, you know, being boxed up. So I'm not surprised. I'll definitely have to fix that. Unless it's not on here, actually. It looks like it's actually missing. Oh, no, it is. It's on the side of his face. Whoops. That's my bad. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. I didn't even notice that, but it is on the side of his face. Oh, well. I'm going to leave it for now, actually. Oh, well. Couldn't fix it. I'll have to untangle that. It is pretty tangled there, but here's a good representation of what it does look like, because the other side is on perfectly. And as you see here, it inflates good. The whole thing works. I looked all over it. There is no signs of thinning from what I can tell, and it looks like it inflates pretty tight. There was some dirt on it, but other than that, I'd say it's in pretty good shape. The horses inflate pretty good. For it being a classic, it inflates good, but as you know, not tight enough to want to explode. I may or may not put a second fan on it. Probably not, because it does keep its shape very well. Horses are not collapsing. the skeleton crew is not falling out of the windows. So that shows me it's not thinning, but I'm going to have to take a look at nighttime. But I'm definitely keeping it. It's not going anywhere, because I wasn't, even if it is thinning a little bit, I wasn't even planning on using it long. I was only planning on using this every year on my driveway for Halloween night only. Because it's so rare, I would never plan on using it, especially in Florida, for so long. But from what I've noticed so far, the brown is good, the black is good, the orange is good. But this thing is pretty badass. It inflates pretty good, pretty tight, I would say, for a classic. The weakest part is definitely this. This barely wants to inflate, but that is really skinny. So I don't really care. It looks, I compared it to the box. I'm like, is this sitting anywhere? I'm like, well, nope. Looks at the box. His head is turning. My favorite skeleton has got to be this one with the expression on his face. I just like his crooked smile and the way his eyes glare to the side. I don't know why. Yeah, it just looks pretty cool. I like his face on that one. And then what I never noticed, what they don't show on the box because it's too big. They show the whole thing on the box, but there's a ghosty pal and a trunk on the back. Now what I'm going to do is definitely change these C7s out to LED ones, because I felt some areas and it was definitely burning the absolute shit out of the horses up front. And I can't imagine what it's doing to the rest of the fabric. It's probably burning the shit out of it also. So I'll definitely have to change that out for sure, to make sure it doesn't thin it while I'm using it. But, you know, I'll definitely do that. It inflates good. His arm doesn't really stand up too well, but it's pretty skinny. I'm not expecting that to, and it does look pretty accurate to the box. But we'll start from the front with detailing. There's going to be a lot to go through. This is going to be a long-ass video, so sit back, relax, and grab your popcorn, kids. But here we start with the hell horses up front. They have their you see their purple manes, and then their collar things that are all around them. The fabric is still pretty good on those guys. I checked everywhere, I rubbed on almost every color, nothing came off, nothing looked weird. I do love the attention to detail on the reins, that's what those are called. Like the circles, like the patterns look really nice on it. And it's the same for the other horse on the back, except that one is standing on one hoof in the back. And then we come to the Outlaw up front, which on the box, it does show him only holding one strap on that side, the prototype. And on this one, though, he's holding two straps on each side, two on each side. And yeah, he looks really good. He feels nice. The whole thing feels really soft, silky, smooth, which is good. You see it fall him down, he gets right back up. And then we come to the next guy here, which I said I fixed his head, now it turns properly. He has a very nice expression on him, too. I love this detailing all over the Stagecoach of this cobweb and bat detailing. And these like little wisps and stuff. And now, let's go up top for a second to get to the trunk area, which is a trunk with Dracula popping out of it. And unlike the train, this one actually works. And this one actually, although sometimes you can't see it, has a hand. The other one didn't have a hand and doesn't inflate great. The whole thing, I'd say, inflates good. But I say this definitely could help with a second fan. Not that I'm going to give it because it's going to mess it up probably. And it's in perfect shape already, so I'm not going to alter it or do anything to it. And then we get to the skeleton down here, which is my favorite one out of the three with his hat. He took his hat off because I guess he's hot. And his C7 actually fell out of his head. It's all the way down there. It fell out of him, which sucks. I'm going to have to definitely fix that, but I'm surprised. I took a good look at the purple. I'm surprised the purple's not thinning. I don't know how long this was used for, but I'm rubbing it and looking at it. I don't see any spots. Not at all. I can't see through it whatsoever. So that is nice indeed. And then we get to the ghosty back here, the last character, with this nice little awning area kind of for him to sit. The one thing I might alter to this is I might stitch his head to the top of the trunk, because he kind of likes to do this sometimes. It's a little annoying, but he's not a main character anyway, but I'm surprised this inflates decently. This siding back here, and this little area for him to sit on, which I believe this is supposed to act as like a ladder to, like, you know, get up to the top if they want to have a gunfight or something like that. Then you have one little trunk on the back, which I never even saw or noticed that at all. But Dracula's bulb also fell out of him. A lot of these bulbs are messed up and pulled out of their spots and stuff. And I think a couple might be burnt out, so I'm definitely going to have to fix that. Here's the back of the carriage, which, believe it or not, has detailing on the back. That really surprised me. And it looked really badass. They put a lot of effort into this. For $300, this was great. And for $350 I paid for it, I'd say I'm even more happier. 13 years later, this thing is in stupendous shape. Everything still works. I don't think they barely used it. From my knowledge, though, looking at it at nighttime, it looks like we can count the bulbs on it and see what I see. There is 4 in the horses, 1 in the top of that guy, 1 in him, 1 in him, 1 in the ghost, and 1 in Dracula. There might be 1 more in the middle of that window. There should be. So in total, that is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In total, there should be 10. I would hope there's 10. There probably is a 10th one in the window. But I'm just going to say this thing probably lights up like ass at nighttime. So this will definitely get spotlights once it goes in the yard for Halloween night. But I guess we can go over tether attachments. Just like any vehicle, you know, I love the vehicles. Corners. The corners are prevalent of where it is tethered. I have it tethered down so the wind wouldn't knock it over. There is 1 on each side. And there's 2 on the back. I only put 1 on that one. And there's 1 on the back of it. And the seat coffin getting right back up itself, which I'm really impressed on that. Because, like, that's how I was instantly going to know if it was thinning, if he was going to pop up or not. Because I know any amount of thinning will fuck up the way something pops up. And it pops up greatly. He keeps wanting to go back up and down. I wish my train did this. He keeps going up and down. He just keeps going. But, now, for zippers, there actually is a multitude of ones. Not counting the fan, there are 3. There is 1 on the driver there. There is 1 in Dracula to get to the animation function, which this is what it looks like also. It's literally right there. They ain't even hide it. There's no reason to hide it. He has no feet. So, poor Dracula, he had an amputation. But that's actually good, because that's probably why he pops up a lot more. There's not those giant-ass feet there, just like the train. So he definitely gets more air from that. And then there is 1 more zipper, just like almost every carriage, including my other carriage. There is 1 on the back of it. A nice big one right there to let a shit ton of air out when you're ready to air it out for the season, to make sure all the air gets out of it. And I guarantee this thing is probably a hell of collecting water. But, yeah, it's getting pretty dark out. So it does look really cool to see this lit up at night. Indeed, this thing is really nice. I'm in love with it. This thing is big. If you can find it, I definitely recommend it. I don't know anyone that has it, so I'm just going to say good luck on that. This thing is badass to the bone for sure. And I'll be so excited to use this and finally have one in my collection. It won't get used a lot, which is going to suck, but this one's more of a collector's piece for me. I know I can't replace it. If I find another one, it probably won't be as good as this. So, you know, I'm going to call it there. Have a good one, everyone, and I am so happy to get this. This thing, I'm speechless, if you couldn't tell. I'll see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed. I made it really long video because there's none on YouTube anywhere, so take this as you will with all the information, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thank you.